What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's up, people? It's me. I'm L3027. You know who I am.
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose, honey.
He's about the business of dipping spoons into sugar bowls. Anyway, real girls do real things. So as to make it easier for insertion, maybe?
No means no, and yes means no.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? It is me, L3027, and I am back for yet another review. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be our review for Chasing Dallas. It is season 4. It is episode 2. It is entitled It's Not Blending. So, I guess this was supposed to be the Ted Lee episode. I'm gonna do the best I can, y'all. I'm the best I can. So, we start off back down to the party that Robert was having. So he and Dior are outside. Now listen, I listened to the totality of this conversation, and I'm gonna preface by saying, if me and my friend, me and a really close friend, had a conversation like this, we probably wouldn't be friends. Because this seemed real petty. And really something that y'all could have called each other and talked out a long time ago. A long time ago. What I really want to know is, if this was a... Can somebody, if anybody from the show that watches this review, can you get down in the comment section and let me know when this party happened? Because for the rest of this episode, they were talking as if it was around, at the earliest, maybe late August, September-ish, at the latest, maybe October. Because they started talking about things that they wanted to do in like November and October and stuff. So if this was for a Christmas party, I mean, not Christmas party, but for a toy drive from December, that means y'all done went like 8 or 9 months. Like, people have whole ass babies in that amount of time. And you done held on to the fact that I didn't go to this one event and done blocked me, or I don't know if you really blocked me or blocked Dior, but you done had this whole long song and dance. You out in these streets dragging my name up and down the streets like I'm the worst person on earth. All because of one event, and you supposed to be my good bruh, my good Judy. We supposed to have shit damn near 20 years in the game as friends. And that one event, you ain't talked to me at 8 or 9 months, and we couldn't talk this out. Bro, we can't be friends like that. I'm just saying, it just seemed real petty to me. And I'm doing 1 plus 2, and I'm trying to get 3. I'm just saying. But all of this, Robert comes right out. And I thought Robert was going to say something like the toy drive in combination with something else. But all he mentioned and all we have to go by is the toy drive. Which then makes it seem like, if I'm going by what you told me, or what I watched on the episode, that's the only thing that got you mad. If me missing one event gets you that upset, then we weren't that close to friends anyway. Like, stuff that's just not adding up. I just don't see that one event being the catalyst to which me and my friend just fall out for 8 or 9 months. Dior said he thought he was blocked. Dior said, first of all, you never even invited me to the event. Second of all, I found out about it on social media the day of the event, and I was already working. Do I believe all of that? I don't know. If that's your friend and your good Judy, your friends, they stuff come up on your Instagram. So you probably saw, if he had a flyer or advertisement on his Instagram about it, you probably saw it before the day of. I'm kind of with Robert on that. But still. Yeah, and if we friends like that, first of all, if that's my friend like that, and I ain't seen you RSVP, I ain't heard you talk to me about it, you ain't asking me nothing about it, I'm probably gonna call my friend and say, bruh, what you bringing to the toy drive? I need you to bring such a... I mean, my friends, y'all painted this picture like y'all were these great friends for all of these years, and it's just, that doesn't that doesn't pass the sniff test because the friend, first of all, if y'all are friends, Dior would know all of the intimate details probably about your toy drive. You would already know Dior is coming, and all of that stuff would have been worked out. Y'all absolutely wouldn't let it go that long without y'all even talking to each other. So I shudder to believe the legitimacy of how close of friends y'all are, because this just seems real petty. Anyway, Dior says he thought he was blocked because he invited Robert to the his birthday party, and I think it was left on red or green. I don't, it was left on something. He thought he was blocked. Maybe he was. I don't know. Robert didn't go to the birthday party because he was doing tit for tat. So he was being petty because he said you ain't come to my toy drive, so I ain't going to your birthday party. I mean, like I said, it just seems real petty. This is a oh you're. This seems like a tit for tat. I hate to call it spade a spade, but in my area where I grew up, down to the great city of Miami, you know what we call this? Hoe shit. We call it hoe shit because this is just simple little petty shit that hoes argue about and go back and forth over. Grown ass man, we don't have all this kind of carried on and going on about petty shit like this. Moving forward, moving on. Um, inside at the party, everybody's all over Kesey. Now, it came off real weird that Astro was leading the charge and leading the conversation, really trying to find out everybody that was trying to talk to Kesey. Because to me, it screamed you might have wanted to talk to Kesey, but you wanted to see whether or not you had an in or out on it. So once you found out all of these people was at Kesey, you took a step back and say, "Well, girl, I guess I ain't gonna even get into that." But the way you was real gung ho about finding all of this information out about what Kesey had going on with everybody, it seemed a little suspect to me. But I'm gonna let you have it, Astro. I'm gonna let you have it, girl. Anyway, come to find out, DeAndre was apparently pushing up on Kesey all night. Now, I can kind of later on in the episode, DeAndre said Kesey told him when he first met him that he was single, which I believe because um he said the same thing when they started asking who was talking. Kesey came right out, yep, I'm single, I ain't talking to nobody. It wasn't until Dior came over there. So it sounds like Dior is trying to put tabs on Kesey, but Kesey ain't trying to put no tabs on Dior. Kesey's just trying to dip his spoon into whatever sugar bowl comes his way. Remember, he told us that he got kicked out of Florida because of a failed relationship. So I shudder to think that he's, all gung ho about rolling back up into a relationship that fast. Anyway, but it seems like Dior wanted to let the rest of the girls know, don't even try it, don't even think about it. Whereas Kesey was letting it be known, girl, I'm here for whatever. Now, quiet as it's kept, it might be easy for Kesey to say and feel that way because this group of girls ain't the group of girls that you just going up for and being like, "Ooh, girl, I need to try and get with them." It ain't a whole. These girls are real regular. Ain't nobody who you be like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." So if he's at the top of the totem pole in terms of how people look, girl, then you can know. But I feel like had it been a bunch of fine men there, Kesey probably would have had more of a problem with Dior staking claims on him when he claiming that he's single. That's just my thoughts, y'all. Let me know how y'all think. Anyway, outside, outside, you got Ted Lee and Sean. They go outside to gossip about everybody outside. It was giving real seventh grade middle school girl vibes. Like y'all seem like some seventh grade middle school girls outside while all of the popular kids and while all of the kids that's trying to have a good time and enjoy themselves. Y'all on the outside because don't nobody see it for y'all and don't nobody like y'all and y'all over there gossiping about people on the inside while they inside getting their life. Y'all outside ain't doing shit. It was giving real seventh grade middle school girl. It a mess. Anyway, we then see that food finally came, so these people didn't have to start strip searching mice and rats and roaches for food. Next thing we see George. Now George Snow went to Atlanta with his friends. I remember his friend Dior. I don't know what show I remember his friend Dior from. Was it from Love Is a Friend? I don't know. Y'all make me in the comments remember where his friend, not Dior from Chasing Dallas, but George's friend Dior. I don't remember what show I remember him from, but I remember his face. Anyway, George done got an Airbnb down to the Atlanta. Him and his friends that went down there to celebrate his birthday. So he tells his friends, "Listen, I'm gonna stay down here for a little bit, and try and stake my claim, try and have a few bust downs, and try and see if I can get in good. I'm trying to get into television, and I'm really think I'm about to move to Atlanta. So let me survey the land, get on jacked and scruffed." And all of that good stuff, and have a few bust downs, and have me a good piece of dick or a good piece of ass at every MARTA station. Not that you catching a MARTA, but you might be going to pick up somebody at the MARTA station. So you got you a good bus down at every MARTA station, so you can go pick them up from the MARTA station, and then go ahead and get you. Anyway, child, while they was there talking, a bust down call George, girl, and when Mama tried to drop her voice a whole octave and a half, I was like, George, girl, girl, George. And see, it's always your friends who fuck shit up. Like you might try and drop your voice that octave and a half, and your friend in the background cock blocking. Girl, who tried? Girl, it's always a messy friend in the background trying to cock block. Bitch, you ain't shit for that Dior. Anyway, the Count, Count Dracula, Ted Lee and his eyebrows. We saw him at his house with. He went over to his boyfriend's house. I didn't really care about this scene. It really did. I was like, okay, because they had this whole thing. Oh, how did we meet? Oh, what did you think about girl? That girl. We're not here for all that. We ain't here for all that. Girl, how did me? What did you think about me when you met me? Oh, okay. Girl. So then you tell me George is your friend in one breath, and in another breath you tell me you worried about George being at some birthday party, that event that you're going to. And I wrote this even before we got to that scene, okay? Here's a novel idea. Call them. I mean, why do y'all always pick an event out in public for you to confront or address your friend about issues? I mean, a phone call, an email, a DM. I mean, anything. Smoke signals, home carrier pigeons, Morse code, something where it could just be you and your friend hashing this stuff out one on one. All of this shit in public, in front of cameras and stuff like that, that ain't your friend. Because me and my friends, if we have issues, baby, you can call me, you can come by my house, you can do something, but you damn sure not finna try and show your ass in front of people. That shit never works out well. And for you to say, oh, make up this elaborate plan to address or confront your friend in public in front of people, you know it's going to go south. You ain't trying to reconcile with nobody. You ain't really trying to reconcile with nobody. You're trying to have a moment for the cameras. And that's not your friend. Because that's not what you do with your friends. You ain't shit for that, Teddy. I caught that. I caught that real fast. Moving on. DeAndre and Oliver, they go looking at locations for his lounge or club or whatnot. And they looking at a bunch of different places. So Trey Howard comes and to help them look at some of the places and stuff like that. And so then while they were outside, after they had looked at a couple places, they was talking. So then Trey Howard, I think I might use that for my thumbnail. Trey Howard had this outfit on, right? That had this netting and underneath, it was beige. It had this netting on, but when he was moving his hands real fast, right? It looked like he had on the 99-cent gloves that you buy down to the Lowe's, the tan beige glove that have the black raised dots on it. Girl, I was looking real fast. I said, does this bitch have on those gloves from the goddamn Lowe's that you paid 99 cents for? I said, girl. But I later looked and it wasn't. I guess it was the netting that he had on. Had gloves in it. But girl, looking real fast, that's what it looked like. Shout out to Trey. Trey, no, I ain't got no. I don't mean no harm. Me and Trey, all right. But girl, that's what it looked like. With looking real fast, Trey. I was like, girl, Trey, girl. Anyway, where I'm at. Okay. So then they discussed the whole Kesey situation and the fact that DeAndre got issues. Well, DeAndre, that Kesey or Dior got an issue with DeAndre pushing up on Kesey, and Kesey was like, well, DeAndre was like, well, listen, when I met him, I said, hey, how you doing? And he told me point blank he's single. And once you tell me you single, that means I can go in, which is true. Now you don't want to be invasive and be all rubbing up on people because that's kind of inappropriate as well. But all bets are off. I don't see how Dior can be mad because Kesey announced to the whole group, "Hey, bitch, I'm single." So Dior don't got to fight in it. Dior should first of all, and I looking at some of the previews, Dior, you don't have the right to be going and fighting battles for Kesey because Kesey told you and everybody else he's single. So that means he's a grown ass man and he can fight for himself if that's what he wants to do. But he done told people, yeah, me and Dior not an item. And Trey is messy for going and basically Trey, first of all, Trey, come here, Trey. Come here, sit down. Mama, sit down for a moment. Trey, Trey, doll baby, baby doll, love bug. You trying to be the bone carrier this season? Because it seems like that's what you're doing. Mama, you ain't doing nothing but carrying these good bones. Nothing but carrying these bones. Trey, girl. That's your role this. I'm just trying to figure out. Just let me know. Is that your role this season, Trey? We just a bone carrier? I just want to know. Because that's all you doing, mama. But you carried this bone basically telling everybody that Dior is with Kesey when really Kesey keep telling us he's single as hell. So then we see, views for scenes from next episode where it seems like Dior and his feelings about what people are doing or saying to Kesey, but that ain't your man. He keeps telling you he's single. That went on. They did go on talking about the rest of the cast. Now DeAndre, girl, you had a lot to say about the rest of the cast. You had a lot to say about everybody. Girl, y'all girls be doing a whole lot. Trey says that hey, we should have another event or get together where members of the cast can get together and you know reconnect or try to meet each other again the right way and not have so much rah 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 beef and drama. I don't know how you think that's gonna happen. These girls got a goddamn camera or two in their face. Maybe they know they're on the Chasing Reality platform. Maybe they know they're gonna have thousands of people watching. These girls are trying to have a moment anytime the lights, camera, and action is on. So, girl, you want them not to carry on, that's just like having a whole cage full of lions that haven't eaten in a few weeks, and you putting some raw meat up in there and saying, "Oh, I don't want them to go crazy over the raw meat. I hope they just sit down and eat peacefully." Mm-mm. These are animals. These girls are animals, and what do animals do? Act wild. Anyway, we then get to another, get together they had down to the raw sushi. So they went to raw sushi. Shout out to raw sushi. I like raw sushi. I'm a sushi guy. I like sushi. I like my sushi raw. I mean raw, I should say. Raw sushi is actually R-A, spelled R-A, not R-A-W. Some people say raw. It's actually raw sushi, R-A. Anyway, I like my sushi raw. I don't like all of that tempura stuff. That ain't sushi, honey. Give me my sushi raw. Anyway, Jet Jeff um, joins Trey Howard and Ted Lee and Trey Howard's friend Winter. And Trey Howard went right into his role for the season, carrying the bones. Oh, this person said that about you. Oh, this person said that about you. Oh, this person said that about you. And this person said that about you. To which everybody then started to defend or explain away all the shit they had said about the other cast member and all of this, that, and the third. I would sit like, girl, it's too early. We on episode 2. Y'all girls out here going in and letting have like y'all got 2 and 3 seasons worth of history with each other. Baby, y'all don't even have a full 2 episodes in with each other, and y'all fighting like battle cats out here. Girl, I'm gonna start calling y'all Chitara, girl, girl. Anyway, um, Sean comes looking like an extra from The Walking Dead or The Last of Us. Girl, what would? Oh, Sean, girl, Sean, girl. I'm trying to have faith in you. Let me help you understand something. If you have to explain to me what the brand name is of something or how, because this is whatever brand name, it makes it okay, then that means you either didn't wear it well, you didn't put it together well, or the outfit went, or just it was just bad clothes. Something's wrong there. Because if you wearing the outfit and the shit looks right, the shit can come from the fucking dollar store and can turn it. Girl, your fashions aren't doing. In the immortal words of Dwight from Real Housewives of Potomac, a fashion blogger without fashions. How dreadful. Girl, you ain't got no fashions. Mama. Girl. Girl. I'm trying to understand. Girl. She then, her and Jeff get started going back and forth. Mama pulls out this composition book like she had to turn it. Like she knew. Baby mama pulled out that composition book and said, like she had to turn it. Bitch, you ain't turned nothing. You ain't turned nothing. Girl. Oh, baby. The delusions. Dear God above. I don't understand that. Anyway, they start going back and forth about who looked better, who fashioned the better, who is the it girl, who's not the it girl. Girl, so after a while, it was a cockroach and a dung beetle arguing about who was the worst. Cockroach fighting with a dung beetle, figuring out who's worse. Nobody wants any parts of either one, a cockroach or a dung beetle. So throw the both of them away. Moving on, DeAndre comes, and Ted Lee and him immediately get into it. Ted Lee said, "You talked about my bejean. I don't wear no bejean. I wear fibers. That ain't no better." You just like it's crazy for a cockroach to be arguing with a dung beetle about who's worse. You introducing, oh, I wear fibers, and it's 2023, and everybody wears fibers. Maybe in their head, but not on their fucking eyebrows. And if they do wear it in their head, it's supposed to be done by a credible barber who knows what they're doing so it doesn't look so fake. Mama, what the fuck is that? Girl, I figured Mama has, instead of getting a barber to do her hair, she had those construction workers that do the asphalt for the streets. Because, baby, it looked like you had some asphalt planted on your head. Some newly fresh laid asphalt, real shiny and black, right there on your head and right there on your eyebrows. The Count. Count Dracula. Ted Lee and his eyebrows. Girl, a mess. A whole goddamn mess. Girl, when Mama said, I wear fibers, it is 2023. Girl. There's so many delusions going on this show, God of mercy, God of love. We then see Astro in the studio, somebody's living room or a den that they done turned into a studio. Baby Mama Kiki came out there and say, "Oh girl, I was scared. I ain't had no street lights or nothing outside." I said, "This don't look like no goddamn studio." Mama was scared. Mama probably had her gun, her mace, and everything else ready for a bitch. I ain't mad at the Kiki, honey. Girl, girl, you can't never be too careful, honey. Anyway, I mean, when I look at it, they had this like the stuff on the walls was like, girl. But you know what? Shout out to you, Astro. I ain't got no beef with you, Astro. Get it how you live, honey. Make it happen, mama. Get it how you live. If you got to, however you got to do it, make it happen. They talk about this colors pool party that DeAndre and Trey Howard are throwing, but everybody's supposed to get a color. Now, Astro, you rolled out here on Al Gore's Good Internet and told people that your color was black and that you were gonna bring some blacks and have a black butt plug. The sheer word butt plug, when it rolls off the tongue, just seems so just seedy, just so salacious and uncouth. Butt plug. What size butt plug would that be, sir? I mean, you going with the little one, the medium size, or you going for the full gusto, the shit that's bigger than your whole hand? Trying to get fisted or anything? I'm just. The girls I know that do the butt plugs and shit, they be trying to get fisted and shit. I don't know, child. But if that's what you into, I shout out to you, Astro, baby. Get it how you live. I ain't mad at you, honey. Mama say I am young, I am taught, I got the body, I got a few bars that I can spit for the girls. Good, I'm here to put footprints on ceilings and do backflips on the dick. Get it, honey. They then talk about DeAndre not inviting Kesey to the pool party and how that's supposed to make Dior mad. But again, Kesey says he's single. Why is this a problem for Dior? It could be a problem for Kesey. Now, if Kesey wants to smoke, he have every right to have smoke. But it'll make no sense for Dior to have a problem because that ain't Dior man. Kesey done let it be known. I'm sure if he found another one of y'all cute in the group that he could get with, he'll be trying to sleep with y'all too. And I ain't mad at it. Kesey say he's single, so baby, he could dip his spoon in whatever sugar bowl he want to. I mean, if you need a sugar bowl, Kesey, call me, holler at me. My DMs are open, holler at me. I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, let me not say that because according to y'all, Dior gonna be in my inbox and ready to drag me. Child, girl. Um, Astro then says that he wanted Kiki on his track because Kiki do commentating or at the balls and stuff. Astro, now I heard some of your stuff last week, and I was like, okay, it's cute. He doing his goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Mama out here rapping, baby. This week, it was real elementary. These were some real third grade, fourth grade rhymes, and like, girl, I listen to a lot of rap. I like my rap to be layered. I need layers to my rap. I don't just need you rapping about bubblegum popcorn. You know that have a little substance behind it. It was giving real third grade. It was giving real girl. I'm in ninth grade. I'm trying to grow up to be a rapper. Well, I'm in sixth, not even ninth grade. I'm in sixth or seventh grade. I'm trying to grow up to be a rapper. So I'm writing a few bars. Make sure I rhyme. Make sure I'm on beat. Girl, last week, yes. This week's rap. Anyway, where am I at? We then see Ted Lee meets up with Lon D. Lon D, if you remember, was the host of Lovers and Friends. With the beard and shit, he says he's an event planner. Obviously, he just became an event planner because these alleged friends, because everybody's throwing around this friend term, but y'all be saying stuff that I be like, shouldn't you already know that? Like when Lon D sat down with him and said, oh yeah, because I'm an event planner now. I feel like that if that's your friend, that's a conversation y'all either already had or something that he already knew. So I didn't buy the, oh yeah, that's been my friend for a long time. We good, Judy. I feel like the first time you learning that he was an event planner wouldn't have been sitting down in front of this camera. I'm just saying. But unless he just became an event planner that week. But he said he planned an event for his mother-in-law. Child. So that means he been, I don't know, child. I'm gonna stop trying to make sense of this stuff. I'm gonna just tell y'all what I see. Because every time I try to make sense of shit, people get mad. They get in the comment section. They start dragging me and everything. And all I did was try to put 1 and 2 together and get 3. And y'all be getting mad with me. Anyway, Lon D and Ted Lee, they catch up. Ted Lee tell him about meeting the cast and they having issues or whatever. He then go to invites excuse me he invites Londi to the Colors pool party whatever thing. So he said you're gonna be my plus one. I was with Ted Lee when you write Ted Lee, you write DeAndre. Mama, you can't tell somebody that their color is sequins because sequins is not a color. That's a type of fabric. It ain't a goddamn color. Ted Lee, you was right. But because he said that was the color they gave me, and that's not even a color. You right, Ted Lee. But he said he gonna make it work. But he invited Lon D as his plus one. He then goes and tells Lon D all about the drama that he got with what's the boy name? DeAndre. With DeAndre. And that DeAndre said he'll slap him and all of it. And Lon D said, don't worry about that. I'll be there. I ain't gonna let nobody put their hands on you. I'm ready to knuck if you buck. Now, Lon D just don't give me that he's the knuck if you buck type. But if you are Lon D, hey, go ahead, knuck and buck and everything in between. Lon D then invites Ted Lee to a couples event. Now, Ted Lee, oh dear God, Jesus God. Now, you are demonstrating more and more that you, in high school, you stayed in the same room all day because you never moved from class to class. That maybe in high school, every school bus you rode on had no more than 4 or 5 rows. Because, baby, if he tells you it's a couples event and your thing is, well, is everybody there going to be a couple? It's a couples event, which means these are people that are together dating or married or some type of way, couples. I don't. Moving on. We then get to this birthday party for somebody named Mike who we never met. They having a big 35th birthday party. Looked like a grand old time, a big grand affair. Maybe the people was dressed up. Maybe they had to went down to the K&G, honey, and or and got them some good suits, baby. And they had on some good primer, some foundation. They had got enough Beijing. Maybe they had got some good smell good oils. Maybe the kids got dressed up. So George was doing this red carpet thing, and then afterwards, Ted Lee said, "Well, let me talk to George now," because he wanted a moment, totally orchestrated moment. Mind you, that didn't go well. So Ted Lee takes George outside. George and Ted Lee talk outside. Ted Lee tries to talk to George. He tried to come on. He was doing this whole passive aggressive thing. George wasn't falling for it. George wasn't here for the shits. And Ted Lee really is the one who sent it downhill when he said, "Oh, I see that you moved to Atlanta. You need to be humble." Oh, no, I'm sorry. He said, "You need to humble yourself." Well, if you're talking to somebody who you admitted blocked you and y'all ain't as close as y'all used to be, matter of fact, y'all might be adversarial at this point, you telling that person to humble themselves is basically, those are trigger words. You're trying to get a rise out of them. It's a passive aggressive thing saying, "Oh, you may need to humble yourself." And so now you try to do this thing where you came off as very, I'm not into the whole raising the voice, and you tried to read George. It didn't land, mama. You're going to have to tighten up your reads, honey. Work on your prosody, Prosody. I'm sorry, Prosody, excuse me. Work on your prosody. Work on your phonemic awareness. Work on all of the things that you need in order to properly read. Because, baby, those reads that you were trying to land, and you just basically, you tried to orchestrate this whole moment with George, and, baby, you got bodied. You got dog walked. You got dish ragged. Everything. You tried to have this. And George even said, "If you my friend, why you couldn't call me and have this conversation?" You tried to have a moment. It didn't land well for you, honey. It did not land. Baby, you got embarrassed. Shout out to fine ass Fanning. Ooh, child. Y'all know I see it for Fanning. Fanning is my boo in my head. That's my boo in my head. Shout out to Fanning, who rolled up on George. And George was like, "Hey, George, don't let me fuck you up by Fanning. I'll fuck you up, George, about Fanning. Fuck you up. You was looking a little too hard and touching a little too hard." Ooh, child. Fanning came through. I'm like, "Hey, Fanning." Ooh, child. Anyway, but yeah, Fanning rolled through while he was arguing. But yeah, Ted Lee, this George threw out there said, George threw out there, and it makes so much sense. I believe George. George said, "Yeah, because mom, you got a new man every week," which makes sense because I just put it together just now. Because otherwise, why the hell, when we saw you at your alleged boyfriend's house, are y'all going through this whole, "How did we meet? What did you think about me?" Girl, that ain't shit that boyfriends be talking about. Like, that's some shit y'all just got together and you trying to prove to the people on camera that y'all real boyfriends. So y'all done set up this story to make it seem like y'all real boyfriends. And baby George just clocked you and called you out, boo. He called you a whole ass whore. That was George. Baby, he said to people in Atlanta though about you, honey. Baby, you be getting the Airbnbs down to Atlanta, getting bust down, honey. Girl, get it how you live. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a whole ass whore. Some of us are good at being whole ass whores. But girl, don't try to come out here acting like I'm divorced, but I got a new relationship. According to George, baby, you got a lot of new relationships. Girl, boom, honey, boom, boom, honey. It went off from there, honey. Woo, child. I mean, they argued and then they went their separate ways, and it was, yeah, there's nothing else to see. I need these girls to do better. I don't want them to sit here relishing in these delusions and fabrications that they have about who and what they are. Girl, get your lives in order. Get your lives in order. There was a lot of delusions. A lot of delusions in this episode. That should have been the title, Delusions. Girl, anyway, y'all, let's get in the comment section and do what we do. Let's good about what we saw. I'm about to get up out of here. Will I be back next week? Who knows? If you see me, look for me. And if you don't see me, then don't look for me. How about that? That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.